All right, well, let's get started. Hopefully everyone that's on the session can see my screen. My name is Ashley Morales, and I work in finance and accounting for International Paper. With me on the line is Max Ammons, who is the school ambassador for finance and accounting recruiting from International Paper to LSU. And then also we're going to be talking about one specific program today, specifically targeted for the credentials that you'll see coming out of the MBA program. Heather Parker is the manager of our controller development program, and she is on the line as well to answer questions. I appreciate everyone's time today to hear about International Paper and the things we can offer for successful careers, and I'll go ahead and get started. One of the things that we're most proud about International Paper is that we make products that people depend on every day. And this has never been more true than in the current situation in which we're living. We are very proud at International Paper that our businesses have been deemed essential because we make essential products for healthcare and safety and continuing the lives that we live even in our current pandemic environment. So International Paper has always been proud of the products that we make, from diapers and paper products and posters to packages and boxes that deliver essential items and food. And even during this COVID-19 crisis, we have been able to continuously and safely deliver our products to our customers that help with going on with everyday lives. The IP Way Forward is IP's vision for our company, and our vision is that we want to be among the most successful, sustainable, and responsible companies in the world. And we do that through the components of the IP Way Forward by investing in people, improving our planet, making innovative products through inspired performance, and all centered around the sustainability of our forests. One of the things that we like to remind people of is that International Paper promotes and encourages healthy, sustainable, long-term forests, because without that, we do not have the key material that we need to make our innovative products. Our mission is to improve people's lives, the planet, and our company's performance by transforming renewable resources, recyclable resources, into products that people depend on. So our three primary platform businesses: industrial packaging. You can think of any time that you've ordered something off Amazon, the box that it comes in, 1 in 3 of those packages is created by International Paper. Global cellulose fibers, or what we also affectionately refer to as pulp. You'll find that material in absorbency products, feminine care products, diapers, adult incontinence products. And then paper, as you can imagine, anything from magazines and books to writing papers and envelopes, that makes up our papers business. Just a few of the highlights that we have. We're still working on our new updated deck, so some of these company highlights from 2018, the stats are similar for 2019, but we're still solidifying some of those final numbers. But we have $1.6 billion invested in our facilities to improve the performance. More than 52,000 employees. 90% of our water that we use in our manufacturing is returned to our environment, and we have reduced our GHG emissions since 2010 by over 21%. There are many more statistics that International Paper is proud about our performance and our people and our care for our environment, but these are just a few that we like to highlight. One of the things that's important to International Paper is diversity and inclusion. At International Paper, we have a diverse and inclusive workplace where employees feel valued and are treated with dignity and respect. We donated over $1.5 million in engineering and diversity retention programs, and $3.7 billion has been spent with diversity-owned businesses over the last 5 years. That's some of the statistics that we're extremely proud of in promoting, encouraging diversity among our vendors, our employees, and our talent. Our community engagement. One of the things that we are able to participate in at International Paper is a program called VIP, Volunteer IP. So not only do we support local volunteer organizations, but we encourage our employees to get involved, not just monetarily, but with their time and their talents. So one of the things that I really like that we have instituted over the last year at International Paper is that we have a website where you can go and you can say, hey, I have some available time next Saturday, and it will pull up everything that International Paper is involved in around the country. So you can look for things that are local to you in your city, or if you're traveling and you want to help out, maybe you're on a business trip over the weekend. And so you can look up and see what other International Paper groups are doing around you, and you can get involved. And that's through our volunteer IP. We have organizations that we support locally. We like to give back to the communities that we're involved in. So we encourage each one of our manufacturing facilities, wherever we're located, we encourage those employees to give back in the areas of reading, sustainability of our forests and resources, and the good of our environment, and also to feeding the hungry. Here are some things that we really like to talk about when we're talking to individuals that are in college or going back for their degrees. We like to talk about the best-in-class benefits. So some of the things that an International Paper employee gets to benefit from is when you start with the company, you're given 3 weeks paid vacation and also 11 paid holidays. We have some of the best medical, dental, and vision insurance that you can find, an opportunity to participate in our retirement savings account from day one of the employee, vested at 3 years, and also stock options that you can purchase and you earn as you move up through the company. We have tuition reimbursement, and something that's new that we're really proud of is our student loan repayment program, where basically when you become an employee of International Paper, then International Paper will pay $100 a month towards your student loans to help you repay those for the time that you're an employee, up to a certain dollar amount. I don't recall the exact dollar amount. Max, if you know that, you can share that with us. I want to say it's $5,000 or $7,000, but helping pay back those student loans.
Unfortunately, Ashley, I don't either, but while you're doing the presentation, I'll dig on our website and see if I can't find it.
Great. Thanks, Max. I just don't want to misstate. We also have some exceptional internship programs where we offer internships in our departments in finance, global supply chain, human resources, information technology, manufacturing, engineering, and sales. And in 2019, we extended offers to over 350 students for internships and co-ops in our various locations across the U.S. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the call that one of the things I wanted to talk about to the audience today, in addition to the things that I've said about why International Paper is a fantastic company, why we think you should be interested in coming to work for us from a global scale, specifically for MBA students, we have a leadership program, a management training program that is geared to match very well with what you learn in your MBA course material. And what we call this is the Controller Development Program. So our Controller Development Program, people that are interested in this program, it's internally and externally that we market to candidates. Anyone wanting to grow their career, anyone wanting to use their credentials and the things that they've put into practice in their MBA classes, and anyone that's ready for a challenge. So how does our controller development program work? When you're in the controller development program, you are working for one of our manufacturing sites in the U.S. So you are assigned to a controller to learn the day-to-day of how to be a controller, the primary finance and accounting person at a manufacturing facility with multiple hundreds of people reporting to that facility. The development program is monitored by Heather Parker, who we have on the call today, and she's the program manager, ensuring that the development of every individual in the program is moving along as expected. So think of this, the way that we like to describe this program, think about your college classwork. Your teacher is the person who teaches you the necessary day-to-day material of a class. So that is your assigned controller. And then your academic coordinator or academic advisor is the equivalent of what Heather Parker's role is from program manager, to ensure that you're completing all of the things that you need to have a successful curriculum, a successful career, and that you are getting the opportunities needed to help grow you as you go through this program. So feedback on development for individuals that are in this program happens at all levels. So this is oversight by our corporate facilities, which means that not only will the participants be getting feedback on their performance by their controller and the program manager, but also individuals like Max, where the controllers roll up to their region and area level leadership. So you're getting feedback about your performance at all of the different levels in our organization, including senior management, to help ensure that you're developing and will become a successful controller for our company. And then when you complete the program, which lasts approximately 2 years, then you will be promoted into an open controller position that we have in the U.S. Some of the benefits that we like to communicate to people. Heather, as an example, not only is she the manager of the program now, but she actually came through the program, and so she can attest to these things. You gain valuable hands-on experience. You get to build credibility in a manufacturing environment. This program is a fast track to our management positions. It is an elite program that many people want to get into, but we have a selective number of spots. We have 14 spots at any given time. They don't open up all at the same time. So basically you have 1 or 2 people graduating and 1 or 2 new people coming in. So we're bringing in 2 to 3 new individuals every quarter into this training program. In this curriculum, you will develop and demonstrate your leadership skills, and you will have the opportunity to lead high-profile and challenging assignments. So we talk about a controller development program, but what do we mean as a controller? What does the controller role do for us at International Paper? The controller is the finance expert at the facility, not a finance expert, but the finance expert. So in the facility leadership, you have a brief org chart here. The general manager is their own CEO of the manufacturing site, and that CEO has a team of leadership that helps him run the facility and make decisions every day. And so you have individuals over maintenance, sales, manufacturing, customer service, operations, and then the finance and accounting department. So that controller sits on the lead team that runs the facility, runs all of the individuals that work at that facility to help make sure that we're making good financial decisions and the best decisions that we can make for that particular facility. So what are some of the things that the controller does? This is one of my favorite slides because it is an understatement to say that controller wears many hats. But some of the roles that are the most important, what we're looking for out of an individual is we are looking for 4 things. We're looking for an individual who can be a business partner, who can be a leader, who can be an analyzer of information, and who can be a designer. So what do we mean by that? When we're talking about people that need to be business partners, we're looking for somebody who can understand the business, not just the numbers, but understand what it means to have a successful business and participate with the other members of the lead team to develop plans, strategic initiatives to support the things that will help grow our business with our customers and just a larger position in the area in which they operate. In addition, we need individuals who will be leaders. They lead not only their direct reports, but they also are an influencer of other employees at the plant because they serve on the lead team. They're in a leadership role, and people are watching them to ensure that they're taking their cues from what the leadership wants them to do. One of the unique skill sets that are needed out of a controller is an analyzer of information. So the controller is the one spot where all of the information comes to. The data, the numbers, the policies, they all come through that funnel. And it's the controller's responsibility to take that information, think about it critically, weed out the things that people don't need to know to do their job every day, and then highlight the things that they do need to know so that the people can utilize it in the most efficient, effective way possible, and also understand what it means in driving the results of the company. And then finally, in Designer, the controllers have a unique responsibility where they are taking information that's sometimes hard to understand by other members of the organization, and they have to take the numbers, they have to take the information, they have to take the strategies and make it meaningful for people, so that they have to design it in a way that people can easily digest and understand what's being told to them so that they can act quickly and precisely in things that will help move the company forward. Now, this slide doesn't mean as much to individuals who are not in our company, but I used this slide when I was talking about our controller development program internally, because if you work at International Paper, these faces mean something to you. These faces are people that you see on our quarterly calls. They're people who are running pieces of our country for our business standpoint. They're people also who you've worked with side by side, who you've had conversations with. So the pictures may not mean as much to you as they do to me, but what we want you to understand is that coming through the controller development program gives you a wide array of opportunity to do things with your career in International Paper. On the left-hand side, where it says NAC Finance, that's our packaging business, the ones that make the boxes for Amazon. Think about that. If you decided to go straight up the ladder and work in a finance role in our container business, which is the largest business for International Paper, then you would follow the path of completing the program and going to controller, complex controller, region controller, area controller. All of the individuals that you see on the left-hand side of the slide are individuals that people have worked with or have reported to, have come through the program and have taken roles in those areas. But you're not limited to finance, and you're not limited to our packaging or our NAC business. We have had individuals come through our program and go to other finance roles in other businesses around the company. So they may have taken a finance manager role or gone to our mill operations, been a business manager or a business controller. So some of the faces on the right have chosen to leave the packaging business and do finance roles within other pieces of our company. And then other individuals have chosen to take the operations route, where they said, this is a great leadership experience. I get manufacturing experience, and I don't necessarily want to be in finance or accounting my entire career. I want to run the business myself. And so those individuals have taken this opportunity and gone through operations. So from a process improvement manager to a general manager, the gentleman at the top right of the slide in the blue tie, he came through the controller associate program, started in finance and accounting, and he now is the general manager of all of our manufacturing plants in Spain and France. And so that's just one individual that has decided to take the operations route, including many more. So the possibilities really are endless. You can use this leadership development program to be on a fast track through our management ranks at International Paper. And one last thing before I open up to answer some of your questions or turn it over to Lolita. And Max, you may want to jump in to talk more about what's happening here. But for those of you who love LSU, you can see the gymnasium in the background on the left-hand side. And International Paper just recently, in the things that we've been facing over the past few weeks, partnered with LSU, donated boxes to ship life-saving PPE, I believe in the New Orleans area, but I know that they were doing the packaging in the LSU gymnasium. So Max, would you like to tell us more about what we've got going here in these pictures?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ashley. And before I do that, I want to circle back. I did find on our website related to the tuition reimbursement. That starts 6 months from your date of hire. It is $100 per month with a total maximum contribution over the lifetime of it of $9,000. So let me circle back now to what you're seeing on the screen. One of the things that LSU did is partnered with some local businesses and actually turned the PMAC into a protective equipment manufacturing facility. So they are making masks, gloves, things of that nature in the PMAC and sending those out to areas of need within the state of Louisiana. LSU reached out to IP and said, hey, we're doing this, and IP was able to turn around and do a donation of, I think it was 1,500 individual boxes so that LSU could take this PPE, package it up, and get it shipped out to the people that have need. So that's one of the things that Ashley was talking about that we do in the community is not necessarily always funding and putting cash into places. We do a tremendous number of box donations across the country to food banks, to the American Red Cross. When hurricanes have hit, we've done a lot of the donations in those areas. So there's a lot of things that we can do that maybe other organizations can't because they may be limited on what they can do with funding. But we have the ability to not only fund in some locations, but to also use our product or our people to volunteer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Max. And thank you to LSU and the partnership that we have there to help provide needed supplies to those in need during this difficult time. So thank you. So Patrick, before we kick it over to Lolita for more information about LSU and LSU Online, I'd like to open it up to the participants for any questions regarding International Paper or our Controller Development Program.
Hi, Ashley. This is Lolita. We do have a couple questions that have been put in the chat box in the Q&A. One was asking about the different locations that are available for the program. I know Max had put the link in the chat box, but if you guys want to speak on that at all.
Sure, thank you for that. That's a great question. So this program supports our box manufacturing. If you can imagine, boxes need to be where people are, because people are the ones that are using boxes and ordering product. So if you look at a map across the U.S. and you see highly populated cities, we have box plants there. So whether it's Seattle, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, near New Orleans, Memphis. We have locations all across the U.S. The only piece of the country that is not well saturated with our box plants is really in the Midwest, the Utah, Colorado, Montana areas, because there's not a lot of people in those states. But everywhere else across the country, we have 117, 114 box plants across the U.S., and we like to place our individuals that are in the program where there is a concentration of box plants. For example, in the Atlanta area, we have 4 box plants that are within a 2-hour radius of each other. So we like to place individuals in a concentration of box plants so that they can learn not just from one environment and one trainer, but they can learn from multiple facilities during their duration in the program.
Great, thank you. Another question we have from Jasmine, sorry if I mispronounced that. How does this program help the organization achieve its overall mission?
Fantastic, and I'll open up to Max to fill in where I may miss some key information. But Jasmine, that is a great question. One of the things that our overall mission says, you know, the IP way forward, we want to have innovative products, inspired performance, and investing in our people. I would say those 3 components is most directly aligns with this program. So this program is a development program where we train you not only in the tasks of being a controller, but also about how to be an effective leader. So that directly aligns with training our people and having inspired performance from our individuals. In the slide where we had the individual wearing multiple hats, that also is talking about inspired performance and innovative products, where we're asking the individuals in this program to think creatively, engage with the environment that you're working in. Yes, you're going to have responsibilities that you have to do every day, but your primary responsibility is to help that plant be as successful as it can be, and that takes many forms. That could be in improving manufacturing efficiency. That could be in training the individuals to perform their jobs at a higher level of efficiency or to become stronger leaders. That's also thinking creatively and strategically about what customers are we marketing to, where should we be marketing, and are we best positioning ourselves to be the most successful in the area that we're operating. And so a controller plays a unique role in that they have the liberty in this program to try their hand at so many things, because it is a training program where we're asking you to dig in where you can. Dig in where you fit in is one of the things that we like to say. It's one of these opportunities where the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. So our most successful participants in this program are the ones who just jump in with both feet and figure out ways to help the environment that they're in.
Great, thanks. And Max, I know you've answered some of these questions. We just want to make sure we get them answered verbally too for the recording purposes. Ashley is asking, does the internship require you to be flexible to relocate during and after the program?
So I want to make sure that I'm clear, Ashley, for your question. We are talking about 2 different things here. International Paper does internships, and then this program is not necessarily an internship. This program is a full-time employment, but it is a development and training program. So we've got 2 different things that we've talked about today, and I probably didn't do a good job of explaining them. International Paper, in the fall semester, Max and his team will be going down to LSU and communicating with the LSU Online students, interviewing for full-time positions and interviewing for internship opportunities. And those full-time positions and internship opportunities, they can be at our corporate offices, or they can be somewhere at one of our manufacturing sites in the U.S. In addition to that, we have this opportunity in the Controller Development Program, which is a full-time opportunity. And we wanted to put it in front of MBA candidates because it so closely aligns with the skill sets that you're building completing your MBA. And so if you are finishing up your MBA, or when you're finishing up your MBA, then we will be reaching out to LSU and talking about, hey, we have 2 openings in this Controller Development Program. Do you have anybody that finished or is finishing their MBA that may be interested in this full-time opportunity? And so I want to make sure that I'm clear that this particular opportunity of the Controller Development Program is not an internship. It's a full-time employment. And then to your question of relocation. So let me talk specifically about the Controller Development Program. In the Controller Development Program, like I said, it's approximately a 2-year assignment. You're a full-time employee. You would relocate from where you are to the location, the complex that you're going to be training in. I made mention of Atlanta. We also have location in Los Angeles or Chicago or Orlando or Savannah. But you would relocate to your training location. You would spend 2 years completing your program in that location. And then when you're finished with the program, you would relocate to the controller position that you accept. So when you're finished with the program, there will be open controller opportunities, and you will relocate to the open controller opportunity that you fill.
Okay, thank you. Speaking of diversity, I'm sorry, this question comes from Pat. Speaking of diversity and inclusion, what's the age of the oldest person hired into the program? Or is this just for individuals starting their career?
Oh, that's a great question. So we have a wide variety in the program, from diversity of all aspects, from diversity of gender, background, ethnicity, and age, and every other aspect that you can think of. And we have a good variety of tenure within the program. So we have our controller associate that's based in Atlanta right now. He finished his MBA, let me think, what year is this, 2020? He finished his MBA in 2019 and came directly into the program. So we have someone who has just graduated into the program just graduated their MBA coming into the program. We also have an individual who's been with the company for 18 years that came into the program. So this individual had always wanted to be a controller, but had children living at home and wasn't able to relocate. And so when her children graduated, she decided it was the right time. And so she had experience, came into the program, and she's got 18 years with the company and is wrapping up her program with us. So we've got anywhere from 0 months experience to 18 years experience and everywhere in between.
Okay. Brenda is wondering what the application process is to, if you're interested in the program.
Sure. And Heather, feel free to jump in. Heather is the manager of the program. And like I said, we have 14 spots, but they don't come open all at once. So as people graduate, we have opportunity to bring in more. So Heather just posted open positions internally on our internal company website and externally. So you could find us on Monster, on a job board, or you could go to internationalpaper.com and select careers, and this would be an open position that you could apply for. So you would see it as controller associate, is the title of the position, and you click on a link under our careers page on our International Paper website, and you submit an application there.
Thank you. Jennifer lives near the International Paper in Magnolia, Mississippi, and was wondering if there are any trainee positions in accounting there.
At our Magnolia, Mississippi location?
Yes, she was asking about that one specifically.
So if there is a specific assignment open, then you would be able to find that on our careers page on our website.
Awesome, thank you. That was the last question I see. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to put them in the chat or the Q&A box, and we will try to get those answered. Okay, I'm sorry, there are a couple more. Through the 2-year program, what type of compensation is offered?
Sure. So when you come into the program, you are hired in at a initial level, an initial controller associate level. And so that is, we have position levels at our company, and that's equivalent of a starting position. It's the same as what you would receive if you graduated college and were coming in as a first-time employee in our company. And so when you are halfway through the program, and we have metrics that we track with our curriculum that says you've accomplished certain functional tasks and have developed appropriately in certain leadership skills, then you would be promoted to a level 2 associate, which is a compensation promotion. And then when you complete the program, you would come out as a controller level, and so that would be your 3rd promotion. So you would, well, your 2nd promotion, but 3rd pay with International Paper. So during the 2-year time frame, you are hired in as an entry level into the company, and then you have 2 promotions in 2 years to complete the program.
Very cool, thank you. Stephen is wondering, are there any other avenues of employment with International Paper for MBA graduates with previous manufacturing, technical, and management experience?
Most definitely. So we talked about our recruiting season. So there are 2 avenues here. Any individual can go out to internationalpaper.com under careers and apply for open positions. So that is like you would see in any other opportunity, where if you see an open position for a company that you're interested in, you apply there, and that comes in to our information, and the hiring manager reviews applicants. If you are currently enrolled in a university degree, one of the better ways to get your application seen for specific positions is to go through our on-campus recruiting. And so, like I said, Max Ammons is the school ambassador for International Paper to LSU. And so in the fall, as we do with every other university, Max and his team will conduct interviews for internships and full-time hires. And so that is a much smaller population, where if you think about it, if you apply for a position online, your resume may be one of 200 that a hiring manager is going to go through. But Max and his team are going to be coming down and interviewing students for LSU, and now your resume may be one of 20 or one of 40. And also, Max and his team will be there in person, so you can actually see a face and put your resume in the hand of an International Paper employee. So if you are currently enrolled in a university degree, then the most effective way to get on a short list for a career opportunity with International Paper is to participate in those on-campus recruiting events that happen in the fall.
Okay, Jane is wondering what is the criteria that you guys use to select applicants? And should an applicant have already completed the MBA program before trying to apply?
So let me make sure that I understand the question. Is the question for applicant for international paper for any career or application for this controller development program? So I'll answer it both ways just so I can make sure I'm answering the question. First, if you are interested in just a position with international paper, an internship or a full-time, then you need to be pursuing a bachelor's degree or higher for an internship. And for a full-time position, most all of our positions require you to have completed a bachelor's degree. And then we're asking that to be in the field for which you're applying. For if you're information technology, then you need an applicable degree for that. For our controller development program, we require a bachelor's degree. If you are pursuing your MBA online, and you have work experience and you're interested in our controller development program, you can still apply and you would be qualified if you have applicable work experience, and you don't necessarily have to have completed your MBA at the time of your application.
Thank you. Jasmine was wondering, she was asking about Heather's last name. Heather, I don't know if you just want to introduce yourself.
Can everybody hear me?
Hey Heather, are you on? I see you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. All right, I'll cover for I think Heather's mic is out. So the Controller Development Program Manager is Heather Parker, P-A-R-K-E-R. Heather is the new development manager. Very excited. So I was the former manager, and Heather was an associate that came through the program while I was the manager. And I moved on to another position, and from the very beginning, I knew that the person that would be the most successful in taking this role would be Heather. So I'm so excited that Heather decided to take the role. She is currently relocating to the Memphis area from California, and Heather is going to be a fantastic development manager.
Ashley.
Oh,
I heard you, Heather.
I was about to say, I heard her for a second.
Thank you, Ashley, for the introduction. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Something was going on with my laptop. And pardon the background noise. I'm in the facility, as Ashley has talked about so much about the manufacturing area. We actually have trucks going past our facility, dropping off, picking up products to take to our customers as we service the agricultural business in the California area. So again, Ashley, thanks for the introduction. Again, my name is Heather Parker. I'm excited to take on this new role. I've had the pleasure to work under Ashley. Great leader, great development. She prepared me for the opportunities that I've had from the program. I was in Florida for about a year, and I moved on to my facility out here in Salinas, California, where I started. And I also, with good opportunity, great experience, I was able to gain another location. So I supported 2 locations, one in Salinas and one in Gilroy, California. So I'm looking forward to leading the individuals that's going to take on opportunities that I've had the pleasure of embarking as well. So thanks.
Great. Jonathan is wondering, for the people that are on the call today, is there a way to submit resumes directly to the panelists, or do they still go through the process that you've spoken about?
You would still need to submit your application online, but if you have specific questions, we would be more than happy to take your resume and answer specific questions for you and make sure that we are looking for your application online. So I believe the last slide of this deck has our email address on it. let me just skip ahead and make sure so I don't catch myself lying. Okay, it has international paper. So what you can do is you can send your resumes to me. My name is Ashley, ASHLEY .Morales, MORALES at ipaper.com. And you would still need to submit an application, but if you have any questions about the process, or if you would like to ask us some more specific questions about the program, I'd be happy to answer those for you and happy to pass those resumes on so we can make sure that Heather is on the lookout for them if you say that you're submitting an application. So we're super excited about people being interested in the program, so we want to do everything we can to make sure that you get your application in and you're considered for these opportunities.
Hey, Ashley, this is Max. One follow-up to one of the questions that was asked about other type of roles outside of finance, if you had technical experience. When we come to LSU, we come and through career services, when they have their career day, we're coming down and we're looking and bringing an entire group that looks for not only finance, but generally we're also looking for supply chain, we're looking for engineers, and we are looking for IT individuals. So we have a wide breadth of people that are coming down on my team that are looking for different roles throughout international paper. So I know a lot of folks go back and get their MBA. They may have had gotten an undergrad in another function and maybe even do that function as their full-time role, and they're looking to get more business savvy and understanding of finance to help them with their career. So we're looking for those types of individuals in those roles as well.
And so what I have up on the screen, these are the internship programs that we have, but it's also the full-time positions that we're interviewing for as well. So just like Max said, in finance, supply chain, sales, engineering, IT, human resources.
Awesome. We have an anonymous attendee that would like to ask, they said, thank you for explaining the levels of compensation, but are there specific dollar amounts that you are at liberty to share?
Sure. I appreciate the question and know the importance of that. What I can tell you is that we cannot share specific dollar amounts, but international paper salaries are extremely competitive. Our starting salary for most college entry levels is $5,000 to $10,000 higher than the average offers that other individuals are receiving. And then when I mentioned that you get a promotion, that promotion is anywhere from an 8 to 10% increase in salary every time you get a promotion during that period. So if your starting place, think about the average that your colleagues are receiving for their offers with a bachelor's degree. If you add $5,000 or $10,000 to that, then that would be your start. And then promotion number one would be 8 to 10% salary increase above that. And then your second would be 8 to 10% salary increase above that. So I apologize that I can't give specifics. But that is comparable information for what we see out of college offers for entry-level positions. Thank you.
We have another anonymous question asking, they said if they are unable to relocate and are not near LSU and they're an online student, should they still contact you about open career opportunities or just utilize the career page on your website to see if there's something in their area?
Sure, you can definitely reach out to me and I'd be glad to help or talk to you about opportunities that may be near you if you're not able to relocate from the place that you are. Clearly the development program the controller development program might not be an option for you, but there may be others in your area, and I'd be glad to help any way that I can to answer those questions for you.
And this is a similar type question, but I just wanted to make sure that it gets answered for the participant. For LSU MBA students who may be interested in other functional areas of IEP's business, how do we connect? On the IEP website career page, there is a tab for new graduate opportunities with 5 functional areas, including the ones that you mentioned. How do we apply for those opportunities?
So the opportunities that you'll see online follow that, where you go under the careers page and you look for an open position and apply. And then you still have the opportunity, because Max, when they are recruiting during the fall, one of the things that I know that he and his team are working through is how are they going to reach out to the online students during that fall recruiting semester. Even if you're not located in the LSU area, how are you going to get considered for those other opportunities? Like Max said, he'll bring representatives that are non-finance, and you have, the statistic-wise, you have a better chance at an opportunity if you make a connection with our representatives during the fall recruiting season. That's the benefit that you have of being currently enrolled in a degree program, is that's how we focus our recruiting efforts on those talented candidates that are currently getting their MBA or their bachelor's degree. So Max, do you want to add some more comments to that?
Yes, even though you're not based at LSU, as being a student, you have the ability to utilize the career services organization of LSU, which is a phenomenal group. Many years ago, they're the ones that helped me get a job with International Paper. I would suggest reaching out to them, because as a student, you can apply. It doesn't mean you have to be there in person. It doesn't mean you have to be there at career day, but you can see the postings that come up and the types of positions we're interviewing for. And to Ashley's point, that helps minimize and put you in a more select pool of people, rather than going out to random websites and clicking on, hey, here's a job I like, and how many people are going to apply that way. Working with career services, we have our jobs posted. You have the different opportunities that we're looking for, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be on campus to do an interview. We are hiring for across the country, so we do a lot of phone interviews. Also, we actually go to multiple universities. So if we know you're interested and want to do in person, you know, there's the opportunity of finding out if we're going to be at a university near you that you could go to and actually have an in-person. We've had people do that in the past as well. So there's several different ways to do it. And as Ashley said, you know, this is something we're trying as a pilot with LSU. We have not done this with an online MBA program at any other university. And we want this to be successful for International Paper, and we want it to be successful for you, the students. So, you know, we're not prohibiting you from saying, hey, if you've got something you saw that's out there and you're interested in, send us your resume. We'll send it over to the organization that's looking. You know, it's like any business. If it's not in the business I'm in or the organization I'm in, you know, I'm basically forwarding your resume to the folks and what they're looking for. But that's one more way in the door, and whether it's Heather, Ashley, or myself, we're all more than willing to take your resumes and get them funneled to the right place of the roles that you're looking for.
Thank you so much. And trying to be mindful of everybody's time, I just want to try to quickly run through the LSU specific slides, if you can go to those, Ashley, because we're running a little short. But as you guys know, this is LSU Online, working in partnership with IEP. Thank you guys so much. LSU is Louisiana's flagship university. We are offering over 65 online degrees, certificates, and microcredit programs that can stack together. And one of our unique points that we have is we offer a concierge service to serve as a primary point of contact for the learner to make the process as easy as possible for you. I am considered an enrollment concierge, and I work with you through the application process. We have a team that works with you, and then you have a learner concierge team that works with you once admitted to the program, and you always have a point of contact on campus should you need anything. For the MBA program specifically, it is an online focused MBA program. It is 36 credit hours. We work in terms or modules instead of semesters, and those modules are in a 7-week format. It's technically 7 weeks in 1 day. And it is completely online, don't have to come to campus for anything, and it's completely asynchronous, which means there's never a time where you have to log on to your computer at a certain time to watch a live lecture or anything like that. You review the information at your own pace. You're just going to have deadlines to have your assignments turned in, and you can complete this program within 18 to 24 months of study. It is a great way to advance your career, to grow your network, because we are really big, not only with the MBA program itself, but with LSU as a whole. We are really big on networking and introducing our students to different career opportunities, as with IP. It's also a great way to learn more about the global economy and management skills and gain advanced business knowledge. So we also offer what we call prior learning assessment. We are very excited about this because this is a way for you not only to save time on how long it takes you to complete your degree, but also save money. For the MBA program specifically, if you have one of the certifications listed on screen, you can get up to 6 credit hours or 2 classes that you have credit for. So if you've attended the Graduate School of Banking at LSU, if you're a CFP, CFA, if you have your CPA or your Juris Doctorate, or if you have your PMP, or if you've been certified through Amazon Web Services, you can get up to 6 credit hours pre-approved that you don't have to take 2 classes. So we're really excited about our prior learning assessment, and you can reach out to an enrollment concierge to help discuss that with you and see what applies for you. And why enroll on LSU Online? Our programs combine quality because you're getting the same education as the LSU on-campus students. It's the same professors that teach this program, with affordability and flexibility. There's no distinction on your degree that you did an online program, and it's because you have the same world-renowned faculty and staff as the on-campus students. You receive dedicated support, as I mentioned, from the concierge team, from first point of contact when you're interested in a program through to graduation. You always have at least one point of contact that you can contact in case you need anything, and it doesn't have to be specific to your enrollment. If you have problems getting in touch with the bursar's office or financial aid, the concierge team will be there for you to facilitate that communication. And also, as I mentioned with the PLA, we're very excited about this. This is an opportunity for you to earn college credit for learning that you've already done, for certifications that you already have that can help you complete that degree faster. And if you are ready to apply, as I mentioned, our enrollment concierge team will be happy to help you answer any questions you have specifically about the program and help you get that application started. You can reach out to us at the number listed, 833-280-5634, or visit us online at lsuonline@lsu.edu. We are also excited to say that we are currently waiving the GMAT requirement for applicants for our second summer term, which starts June 29th. We have plenty of time to get that application in because the deadline is not until June 15th. So we will be very happy to help you get that application in. And also, we're offering an application fee waiver code right now. So please contact us via phone or email, and we would be happy to provide you with that application fee waiver code so you won't have to worry about paying that $50 application fee. Is that the last one, Ashley? Yes, thank you. And I think we've kind of gone through all the questions. And as I mentioned, I wanted to be mindful of everybody's time. So I think we are right at 1 o'clock. So I want to thank you guys for attending, and Ashley or Max, if you guys would like to say any parting words.
I just want to say thank you to all of the participants today. I appreciate you calling in and also asking such great questions. You never really know whether you're resonating with people on the other line when you can't see their faces. So thank you for letting me know that this is something that's interesting to you. And if you have any additional questions, again, it's ashley.morales@ipaper.com, and I'll be glad to answer any questions and help you in any way I can to secure a successful career with International Paper. So thank you.
Yes, this is Max Ammons. I want to thank you for participating today and all your great questions. Hopefully, I look forward to seeing some resumes and maybe even get to meet you face-to-face when we come to campus, if that's available. The only other thing that I have to say is stealing a line from our favorite Coach O and say, "Go Tigers."
I second that. Thank you guys so much. As everybody mentioned, you had awesome questions. Please feel free to reach out to any of us if you have any follow-up questions, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.